Jay Lethal and Jon Moxley. They had to have this match before they had to know on Wednesday what they were doing on Friday. So they, for no reason, they feed Jay Lethal to Jon Moxley on Wednesday and then turn him heel on Friday and feature him in the show closing angle, et cetera, et cetera.
I think their argument would be that Wednesday kind of set up in storyline mode, and I'm not defending this or saying I agree, but it sets up Jay Lethal's mindset for changing the way he did, as it was brought up numerous times during the Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
What they did, seriously, they have wasted all the potential that Jay Lethal had on their main television program when they brought him in, signed him, had no plan whatsoever, just put him on TV and beat him immediately, then disappeared him, then brought him back and beat him a couple more times. And now they feed him to the fucking plumber. And then they send him back over to Ring of Honor where he was a big star and have him doing angles with underneath guys from AEW. Why start a guy with so much talent with no plan, no wins, no push, no opponents planned, here he is, it's a big acquisition on anybody, not just Lethal, anybody.
With Lethal, though, it's interesting because you could say whatever you want. And you have obviously been a fan of his. And other people who love his matches can say that. The bigger story is, despite the way they've given him no opponents and they've beaten him and you never see him, and when you do, he gets beaten again, the crowd reaction for Jay Lethal there,
yeah,
that was the story of the match more than anything to me.
Well, I wrote, as a matter of fact, dueling chants, even the fans feel sorry for him. Because that's what they like him. They want to see him do better. They're trying to support him. They're getting no help from the booking. And he's getting response based on what he's done before he came to AEW. Think about this. He's in a promotion that's on national television, and the response that he's getting from the crowd now is based on everything he's done in his life before he came to this company. They have done nothing to increase that response or make people think they should increase that response by putting any credibility in him whatsoever. And somebody's going to say, well, he wins on YouTube. But at least they've got the plumber keeping it in the ring and trying to work since he's affiliated with William Regal or whatever. But
this may have been my favorite Moxley match in a very long time.
Well, that's like being the nicest guy in prison. Favorite Moxley match. I've come to realize I don't like his matches at all, but I like him better when he keeps it in the ring and tries to fucking work, and he did that here. But Lethal looks like the star. He looks like the physical specimen. He's the polished professional. He hits everything perfect, his timing. And, Moxley looks like a fucking CEO of Moxley Plumbing. So anyway, Lethal hit him with everything. An elbow off the top, got a 2 count. Moxley was too far out. That was Lethal's fault. He shouldn't have gone for it with him too far out. But then Lethal goes for a figure 4. Moxley small packages him for a 2 count and immediately hits him with a double arm DDT. For once, it looked good because the guy took it right. 1, 2, 3. You beat him flat in the middle with his finish. And then he goes to Friday night to do angles as a loser from national television who will now go to the secondary company. That's the impression they give everybody. Did I miss anything?
Can't add too much other than to say I really like the match. It's not that I have a problem with Moxley winning a match. I hate Jay Lethal losing again. He keeps losing these matches on AEW's television shows. But I thought it was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. And again, that's why I said 2 weeks in a row, Punk set a pace. And it may not be Punk, just the show itself. There was a pace set in that first segment that when you get to the next match, it continued. Moxley may not be my favorite worker, but this wasn't insulting. This was two guys having a match.
Yeah.
They've had a good run where they're getting good stuff into at least that first hour.